During this end evolution cycle that leads into the current ascension timeline, many different variations of soul spirit consciousness from a vast array of planets, galaxies, and universes have joined the reincarnation cycle on 3D planet Earth. Some are biologically organic future humans while others are not, yet, all have come in order to experience the shifting consciousness fields on the 3D planet Earth at this end cycle. These particular groups of soul spirit beings that have incarnated in a 3D human body are referred to as starseeds. Even though starseeds hold more genetic memory from these future stations of identity, all is one and valued in its connection to the eternal source creator. Starseeds have specific roles in a humanitarian spiritual mission based on the law of one, to help free the planetary soul from spiritual and energetic oppression enforced by the NAA, or the negative alien agenda, through the false father god religions. See links below, in the video description box. This is to elevate and change destructive timelines through genetic rehabilitation, and erase negative alien mind control software programs. These software program religions were put in place by the patriarchal dominate negative aliens, in order to be worshipped as gods, and easily enforce the enslavement of the planetary population. Starseeds entered this planetary consciousness body, to experience reincarnation, and activate their spiritual mission for a wide variety of reasons and interests. The primary goal was to re-establish the potential freedom from forced reincarnation, through the restoration of the cosmic sovereign law of one, through the reclamation of the Christos body crystal template. In order to do so, the negative alien agenda of planetary domination, enslavement, hybridization, and abduction would have to be eventually revealed to humanity. However, the extraterrestrial agenda, and the history of extraterrestrial genetic influence in both everyday human events and the many historical records, have been extinguished in every way possible. Both benevolent and malevolent extraterrestrials have been involved with this planet for millions of years, and they have never left this planet. This was known on planet until the last 5,500 years, when most of this knowledge and its written history were destroyed. See the Galactic Wars link below. Only the reptilian bloodline manipulated humans were given this knowledge, in secret, to maintain their position for power and control. They are ultimately puppets for off-planet controllers who sold out the human race. History is rewritten by the victor of war, and hence, the real extraterrestrial agenda is hidden while a false record of human history is put into its place. Many starseeds were aware of a psycho-spiritual warfare between extraterrestrial races, and came to this planet as embodied human intelligence portals, to feed back to the overall group effort in its reconnaissance mission, back to their home planet or universe. However, when most got here, they were subjected to the many alien implants, mind control systems, dark force infiltration and victimizer software, like all human beings. For those reasons many still remain asleep or subverted to the fact of their real spiritual mission and consciousness. However, it has been generally understood that during the end cycle, the neutron window is opening between this third-dimensional planet Earth, which intersects with the universal transharmonic gateways. The transgate timelines are that which allow these starseeds to reconnect and return to their home frequency after this tour of duty. For starseeds, this lifetime is a recon mission that was required to gather the intel required to comprehend the levels of genetic damage, the source of planetary invasion, the identity of the main intruder races, and attempt to offer sovereignty and freedom to the souls which had been enslaved, abused, and entrapped in repeated reincarnation cycles. One of the primary issues is the horrifying violation of the human soul from negative alien abduction, satanic ritual abuse or SRA, soul body siphoning, sexual mutilation, cloning replicant bodies, and using living human bodies, sperm and ovum, to genetically farm human and ET hybrid bodies. Many starseeds have come to this planet to research, collect intel to source hybridization agendas, and observe the alien abduction and contactee phenomena on planet. In most all cases, the direct abduction or contact experience is required, in order to collect the information, and return it back through the neutron window to the guardian crystal host races. The crystal star family is a guardian race that has intervened with this planet to help heal, and free the soul entrapment, and bodily imprisonment the NAA have extracted upon the human population of Earth. Human acupuncture points. The starseed races, the soul groups that are endeavoring to hold and be conduits of higher frequency of energy, are again, this is how the higher frequency energy gets into this reality system. We are the Earth. We are the planet. And again, as these energies are being exposed to the planetary grids, it is our bodies that actually work as human acupuncture points, in bringing these energies into this realm and reality. We build and weave larger fields of energy, these are called morphogenetic fields. A morphogenetic field is a form-holding blueprint. Every life form has a morphogenetic field. It's a blueprint with an instruction set, that gives that life form its qualities and attributes. So as we are here on Earth with these particular DNA genetics, star frequencies, the list goes on. There are certain terms for them, but to try and describe these codes, that these energies are directly connected and a part of the expansion of human consciousness. Humans are fully connected to the grids of the magnetics of the planet Earth. As these grids get fed into critical mass with energies and codes, we could call them ascension codes, or resurrection codes, as we embody this at the individual human level, as Lisa or as any one of us embody, the energies, the codes and frequencies of ascension, this gets fed into the larger network, into the unified field. Through each layer as we go through our own levels of consciousness and expansion, in building our light bodies, this is shared unilaterally, in every direction, as we spread again a larger and larger critical mass, which allows the human consciousness around us to access these particular codes, that have not been on the planet, that have not been accessible, and have been very challenging to access because of the control mechanism. Earth seeds and star seeds. In the Earth human lineage there were 7 root races, and 5 additional races seeded within the Earth gene pool. The 7 root races are called the Earth seeds. Each Earth seed root race evolution cycle was to develop one of the first 5 strands of DNA, within the 12-strand DNA original divine human blueprint. The latter additional 5 races are referred to as the cloister races. Their function was to keep the 12-strand DNA potential alive for the entire human race, and represent the advancement of human evolution. The cloister races are also called the star seeds. So the Earth seeds were a part of the planetary evolutionary cycle to activate each DNA strand, 1 through 5, and then to anchor in each new respective level of dimensional experience for the human species on Earth. And the star seeds were a part of the planetary evolutionary cycle to hold the dormant DNA strands, 7 through 12, in order to have the template of the divine human intact through the cycles of evolution. Even though these DNA strands are dormant, it keeps the potential of the divine human's true spiritual inheritance, as a 12-strand DNA avatar, possible. Each strand of DNA when activated, correlates to the dimensional field of awareness available to the soul when incarnated in the human physical body. Throughout the course of human history there has been additional genetic material contributed from various star families, creating large varieties of star seeds on Earth. Further hybridization and genetic enhancements resulted in a perfect prototype, intended as the seed race for humanity. The perfected genetic code created through this hybridization is referred to as the Indigo Grail lineage. This Indigo Grail lineage holds the DNA designed to transmute entirely out of biological form, and or hold simultaneously a 12-dimensional awareness within a biological form. These Indigo Grail lines are the primary Grail lines or the Christ Grail lines, among the human races. Absolutely all human biologies have the potential to receive genetic acceleration, evolutionary advancement that will allow the 12-strand DNA template to regenerate. This is one of the major purposes of the Indigo Grail lines, to regenerate and activate dormant or damaged DNA templates in the human races. Quick primer on various incarnation agreements. Starseed, souls having lived on, or originated on other planets, other galaxies, on spacecraft, or in other dimensions and interlocking world spaces, who have volunteered to assist in bringing in the ascension cycle and assist Earth through her next phase of evolution. They generally inhabit their human body from its birth. Some are born knowing their identity and purpose, others are to be activated, or wake up, at a later time. The timing of the moment of birth is deliberate, and orchestrated with specific blueprint coding. Souls agreeing to come to Earth together find corresponding genetics that fit their soul's mission. A lot of experiments have been put in motion through bloodlines just for this purpose, in order to house the starseed operation. There are many variations of these experiments with starseeds, and there are many combinations of astrological star codings, from planet placement to blood and genetic requirements, to match galactic agendas. Starseeds are programmed, so to speak, to aid in the activation of their brothers and sisters in collective advancement through moral, ethical, and mental and spiritual guidance during the expanding consciousness evolution occurring at the ascension cycle. When a starseed is called upon to gather in unison of purpose, that is when others seem to witness miracles or magic in motion, because of their combined galactic heritage. Most starseed that are truly activated from all levels seem to hold their optimism about the missions that they have chosen. Another trait of starseed is to totally rejuvenate their bodies through meditation or other modes of healing. Others not yet activated into their knowing, can and do turn, sometimes, to darker agendas of behavior and can be harassed by imposter spirits. True power of starseed comes from knowing their total journey and specific mission with the Earth and humanity, and clearing negative ego and pain body trauma they may have inherited through Earth miasma. There seems to be a constant among starseed, which is that a higher guidance system, which oversees their stay on Earth and assists when truly needed, and of which is connected to a larger group spiritual purpose. Starseed Template. As a Syrian soul walk-in, I have been aware for a long time that the starseed role is about physicalizing the biological coding for Christ consciousness races, as well as bring new starseed templating and ascension prototyping on the Earth. What that means is that the holographic template of the energetic form is being upgraded, in such ways to assist the human species, being able to work with transducing the new frequencies coming through our bodily and energetic systems at this time. There's really two levels of being on this planet in that a demarcation has been formed, that there is a frequency split between third-dimensional structures and higher multidimensional energy structures. These are new timelines. Remember, timeline equals dimension. As we move into the future timelines, we are moving into higher resonant frequency and spaces. We are moving forward into time, or skipping into the future as we move up the dimensional scale. At this time, there are groups of us going through a new physicalization process, and this is a much different process, and a spiritual initiation that many of us have been familiar with in the past. The part of ascension that we go through is an initiation into higher frequencies, and as these frequencies become absorbed into the auric vehicle and light body, we develop more neurological plexus receivers, so that you can work with these new plasma frequencies. Many of us have activations, and at certain levels of increasing critical mass of these higher frequencies, DNA activation occur. This yet is even further and beyond spiritual ascension, or kundalini initiation. This is the actual physicalization of an entire new birth creation in human consciousness, that the Guardians are referring to as the trinitized form into hierogamic union. In the trinitized form, it is the spiritual house of the cosmic Christ energy, as the Son and Daughter of God, or Christos Sophia. These related 12D ray plasma frequencies which we have been expanding and holding, as core of our foundational daily techniques, is where the human species' original genetic template was created as a 12-strand avatar being. The Rh-negative bloodline is blood that is inherently karmic-less blood. The ancestral miasm from previous human generations is not recorded in the same way as karmic blood patterns. The karmic, miasma, patterns of repeated lifetimes on Earth, are energy stamps, that are recorded in the blood of every being that is born into this dimension. Rh-negative blood sourced from the stars, as such they may be called starseed people. Indigos, extraterrestrial souls, beyond 3D Earth plane, born to human bodies, having more than 2 strands of DNA potentially active with a 6th DNA imprint. They have unique abilities because of their unique arrangement patterns of stellar DNA. They are the result of advanced extraterrestrial blood experiments that have gone through many genetic changes, in order to foster their interdimensional talents. The founder Blue Ray Orifim are the parents to the indigo children on the Earth. This is a large group of souls that chose to come to Earth via spacecraft and open portal systems, some from the Pleiades, and hosted through the Sirius Gateway, and beamed down as human energetic templates, as embryos, that would match their missions through specific arrangement of genetic codes. Most indigos now on the planet with ascension missions were born after the harmonic convergence of 1987. They require innovative parenting and should not be medicated for ADHD as children. Indigos also have the ability to pick up signals and communication from ET beacons, such as the one found by Russian cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin and American Alan Shepard during 1961, referred to as postcards from the rim. These ET beacons emit both EMF, light, and tone signals, along with a mathematical language, which can translate like a 3D holographic film of the galaxy. Many monoliths are out in space, devised by groups of ET races, and some of the awakened indigos resonate to their intergalactic messages and translate that new language into the Earth consciousness fields. Walk-ins. The classic definition of a walk-in is an advanced soul choosing to volunteer, through a combination of galactic agendas, to assist Earth through her next stage of evolution. There are many different types of walk-in agreements. One common type is a specific group that do not go through the birth process. They trade places with someone already in human form through a prearranged agreement with that soul. If a starseed or light worker have no other way to complete their soul mission, then they might agree to leave the body and make a trade with a walk-in. Many advanced galactic civilizations have used these walk-in experiments at the pinnacle of evolutionary change, in order to match celestial agendas. This is not to be confused with being possessed of spirit, that is another matter altogether. These walk-ins that are being placed in human form, are guided in deliberate fashion, and in accordance with free will at cosmic levels of agreements. The silver cord of life force is traveled upon to imprint the new consciousness of the walk-in, and agreements are made to fulfill certain family concerns left unfinished by the soul walking out. After a period of adjustment, then certain behavior patterns emerge, and drastic changes start to take place such as weddings, divorces, relocation, change of occupation, even sexual preference may change. Walk-ins can be permanent, which means that the original soul will not return. Temporary walk-ins can use a human body for short periods of time, while the original is gathering new instructions while residing in other realms, before returning back to body. So a walk-in can be permanent or temporary. There are also other ascension prototypes for the walk-in that differ from this classic template. These can be soul braids from galactic family, embodiment of star or planet logoi, or other arrangements that are specific to genetic template creation and birthing, which is required for soul groupings to incarnate in other planetary chains. There are also future self walk-ins, which is that the future identity of the person goes into the past timelines and steps into the previous identity body, in order to change timelines from destruction, or to help in the evolution process. These are future souls or monads, which come to the past to help change the event horizon in future. Light workers, advanced souls originating on Earth, who have evolved to the point of developing special abilities and talents, which are needed for elevating the planet and her inhabitants to expand consciousness. They were born to the body they occupy. They seem to be drawn to the process of spiritual or kundalini awakening and the ascension, helping to preserve the Earth and starseed missions, and want to be involved with their agendas. They are the angelic worker bees of mission control. Many will choose to have astrological star codings, although they will not be starseed, but by frequency they seem to resonate to healthy lifestyles and empower mental, moral, ethical, spiritual behavior wherever they go. Their home is the Earth and they want to keep it sustainable for all forms of life. When their mission is completed, they will be returning to a version of the Earth reality, not to the stars or other planets. Starseed targeting. During the ascension cycle, starseeds and indigos have been especially targeted with superimposed karmic loads and implants, for the purpose of slowing us down and requiring incredible spiritual strength in order to be in positive alignment with the law of cause and effect. Our group experiences the boomerang effect of the planetary miasma, as this collective race, karmic backlash, is directed from dark entities, to keep us weighted down and trapped in this lower density. The tendency to experience more interference on our path, to derail our mission, forces us to learn more quickly the necessity to maintain clear and pristine energies through spiritual housekeeping. However, the capacity of dark forces to circumvent the law of cause and effect to their advantage is radically changing now, which is highly supportive for our group. In the new timeline shift, the people feeding the lower mental body constructs are receiving rapid repercussion from the law, while those awakening people that are working to open their heart and be loving are reaping the positive energetic rewards much more quickly.